What's up everyone, welcome to Dangerville. I hope everyone had a great holiday season and a happy new year. Onward to 2023 residents. Last we heard of the fire demon, Rodan, the Titan had bowed to Godzilla and then flew off to a volcanic island in Fiji to nest once again. But is the iconic kaiju gone for good in the monsterverse? Or is there a chance that we may once again see the flying monster in the future? In this video, we are going to theorize on some ways in which Rodan could appear in the monsterverse yet again, including at the end of the video, how he could show up for the new Godzilla and Kong Origins movie. First off, I want to go and give a big shout out to Mauricio Ruiz. Sorry if I mispronounced your name, man. He's the artist who did the brunt of the work in creating the monsterverse Rodan design and making these amazing concept art pieces that I'm going to use in this video. So go check him out. I'll leave a link to him down below. Go support him. So if Rodan is your favorite monster, go ahead and give this video a like and let me know in the comments. Let's get to it! With the upcoming Apple TV Godzilla series just finishing its initial filming for Season 1 right before Christmas, now is a good time to start theorizing on what we may actually get to see in this new show. Could there be a chance Rodan could show up for what is currently being called Hourglass? Well, to first see if this is even plausible, let's delve into the lore of the monsterverse and remind ourselves of the Titan's whereabouts during the timeline of the new series, which takes place right after Godzilla murked the Mutos. We learned in Godzilla King of the Monsters that Rodan was hibernating in a volcano on the fictional island of Isla de Mara. According to the lore, Rodan was first discovered in this location in the year 1991, remaining there till the events of King of the Monsters, which takes place roughly around the year 2020. If this new series takes place right after Godzilla 2014, this means Rodan will still be dormant in the volcano and being studied by Monarch at this time. So the likelihood of Rodan showing up in Hourglass is quite small, but fret not, there's still a high chance that we will at the very least hear the monster mentioned by name by some of our lead characters in the series, as the show is set to follow Monarch operatives from time to time. So the new TV series is probably not going to be the best place to reintroduce Rodan, so let's move on to the next big project in the monsterverse, the mysterious Skull Island anime series set to release on Netflix, I guess sometime in our lifetime. Set somewhere in the monsterverse timeline. We originally predicted it to be during the 1930s or 1940s, but who knows if that's accurate or not at this point. This OG King Kong inspired story will bring us once again back to the island of the monsters in the Monsterverse universe, you know, before they decided to kill it off like it was a Game of Thrones character. So in determining if Rodan has any chance at all of showing up in this show, the timelines would have to align. Let's get back to Isla de Mara. If Rodan was found here in 1991, and the local town around the volcano was built after the monster had resided there, it would have to be many decades or perhaps centuries earlier on that Rodan would have possibly visited Skull Island. Unless of course Rodan snuck into the volcano in a way similar to how the Muto did in the Japanese power plant in Godzilla 2014. So there's a small chance that Rodan could have flown over Skull Island before choosing Isla de Mara as his nest. But since it would take a lot of plot twists and timeline manipulating to make it work seamlessly, I wouldn't expect to see Rodan in the Skull Island series. Unless of course we get a flashback scene of the ancient Kong somehow interacting with Rodan. That would be pretty cool, what do you think? Now for what you've been waiting for. Theorizing on the possibility of Rodan showing up in the next big blockbuster movie for the Monsterverse. So Godzilla and Kong will take place in what I assume will be near the year 2030 in the Monsterverse timeline. Ballpark guesstimate there. Let's recap the synopsis for Godzilla and Kong Origins, Godzilla vs. Kong 2, whatever they end up calling it. In short, the plot says that a new threat puts all Titans on the planet in danger, including Rodan. Now what we know of Monsterverse Rodan is that the Titan is very much out for his own well-being. If there was any sort of danger to his own life, you would imagine it would be enough for the monster to take action and join the battle. And if the entire planet was in danger, like the synopsis implies, then it would be a complete waste of kaiju resources to not have Godzilla call upon the other Titans to join him in battle, right? Rodan answering Godzilla's call to arms would be a great tribute to some of the classic Goji movies too, where the monsters would fight side by side against greater threats. And it could give Rodan the chance to do something he has also done in the past, heroically sacrifice himself in order to save the day. And a similar sacrifice by Rodan could give Godzilla a new ability once again, the Spiral Beam. In the end, does Rodan's return in the Monsterverse make any sense in the first place? Universe-wise, it makes a ton of sense. This is one of the upper tier titans in this lore, and there is enough info about the titan in this Monsterverse to write him in some scenes, I think. On the business end of things, well, that's what holds this whole idea back. As long as the Monsterverse has to pay millions of dollars to simply use a monster like Rodan, it just makes a lot more sense to create their own unique monsters without that high intellectual property price tag, you know? Of course, Toho has been a fan of the Monsterverse, so you never know when they may give a favor and allow Rodan to make a few appearances for a fair or even free price. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this theory. We have a massive year of dinosaurs, kaiju, monsters, and more. So we hope to see you again in Dangerville. As always, this has been Jacob, and I will see you in the next one.